it's Teacher Bernadett again, and welcome to our Thursday morning ring. So who can tell me that if today is Thursday, what day will it be tomorrow? Friday, very good. And if today is Friday, what day is it going to be? What day was it yesterday? What? Wednesday? Are you sure? Are you sure? I think it is Wednesday, but if you are ever confused about what day comes after or before another day, just sing your song. So to make sure, let's sing our song. But first, let's warm up our fingers a little bit. So make a few stars, wiggle your fingers, put them together, make a wave with your hand. You can have a lot of fun with waking up your fingers. Okay, so now that we're ready, let's sing our song. 1, 2, 3. There are 7 days, there are 7 days, there are 7 days in a week. There are 7 days, there are 7 days, there are 7 days in a week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Very good, everyone. Now that we know the days of the week and that we are sure that Wednesday comes before Thursday and Friday comes after Thursday, let's move on to the months of the year. So what month are we in again? I know it's a brand new month. We just finished May, so we are on the 6th month of the year, and the name of that month is June. So this month is June. And how many months are there in a year again? It's 50,000, right? Or is it just one? 12 months in a year. Very good. So to make sure that we know the names of the months of the year, let's sing our song. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Very good, everyone. Now what I want you to do by yourself in your own time, when you can, every day, is to sing your alphabet song, practice your letters, but also count. Remember to count. Like we did yesterday, we counted to as high as we can, and we can use things to count with, or we can count, or we can do different movements. You can even jump around to count. So remember to always count and do your alphabet every day so that you can practice them and know them off by heart. Something else you need to know off by heart is certain phone numbers. Now the phone number that we said is the most important is that of the person that takes care of you. That can be a mommy, that can be a daddy, it can be an uncle, an auntie, a granny, a grandpa, a gogo, a mkulu. Whoever takes care of you, the person you always go to if something is wrong, that is the person whose number you need to know best. But another number that you need to know is the number for the emergency services. And that number is... Do you remember this? I hope so. So our number is 10111. One more time. 10111. If you want to do it not using your hands like we've done and like I've been showing you, you can do it in colourful ways. 10111. You can make it with Play-Doh, you can make it with toys that you have, Lego. You can build it, you can bead it, you can thread it, anything you want, as long as you practice that number and know the number of the person that takes care of you and the number for emergency services. Now, this brings us to our theme discussion for the week. And our theme is safety in the house. So, we've spoken about being safe with water, safety in the bathroom, safety with things that we just shouldn't be touching, and safety with the things that we are changing in the houses. I don't know what I was going to say there, but safety with the things that we are changing in our homes to make it warmer with this cold weather, because it is winter. But now let's talk a little bit about safety and security. Because we live in South Africa, we don't live in the safest place, as we all know. We are not supposed to talk to strangers. It's not a good idea. Don't get into anyone's car. Also not a good idea. Unless you know the person, or you've met the person before and you know that you can trust them. And mommy or daddy has told you that you can trust them. Also, don't open the door for anyone. If they ring your bell or the gate intercom or whatever it is, don't open the gate. Don't open your door. Don't let them in. Always make an adult let them in, to make sure that we know who they are. That is also why we have alarms in most of the houses in South Africa. We also have burglar bars. We all have gates with security gates and a door. There's a lot of things that people have to get through to get inside our houses, which is why it's important to only open for the people that you know and that you trust, but also the people who have keys, because they can open all those things. So it's very important to stay safe inside your house by locking everything up and making sure that the people that you love inside your house can stay safe. Another thing to think about is, what you put in your mouth in the house. I know it's fun to taste different things and to taste weird and wonderful things. I mean, I know a lot of kids, my brothers included, ate dirt and sand growing up. I never did, but, I know my brothers definitely did. And, it's fun. It's good. It builds up your immune system. It makes you healthy by making you a little bit sick sometimes. But some things you just shouldn't eat. Like if it comes in a medicine bottle. I'm still trying to see if I have on here. No, I don't have medicine bottle. But, you shouldn't eat medicine that isn't given to you by an adult, because you don't know what it will do to you. Like we said, sometimes it can make you sick. Don't eat things that are not given to you, because sometimes you can be allergic. So I know a lot of people are allergic to peanuts. Just don't eat peanuts if you see them lying around and think, oh, maybe I'll try it. Not a good idea, guys. It's not a good idea. Always be safe. Always make sure that you are only eating what you know is safe for you to eat, that you know you're not allergic to, and that's been given to you. Also, if you are eating things, especially raw things, like fruits and vegetables, make sure you wash them before you eat them, because you don't know how many people touch them before it gets to you, because the people have to pick them and then sort them and then package them and then deliver them and then you get it. So there's a lot of people that can touch your food before you get it. So always wash your food. And also pesticides, which is like it's poison for insects and bugs, to kill them so that they don't kill all the plants. So just be careful of that. Also, sometimes parents and adults who live in the house will put out ant traps and rat poison. If you have problems with rats, cockroaches and ants, don't eat those. Don't eat things that look like pellets, like rabbit food or dog food or even mouse poop. If it looks like something that you shouldn't be eating, don't eat it, because it could be poison, and we definitely don't want any of you to be poisoned. It's not a good idea. Also, if you do see it lying around and you have pets, maybe go and tell mommy or daddy and say, I found this, don't touch it, but I found this, shouldn't we move it in case You know, the dog eats it or the cat eats it, or whatever pet you have, a hamster, a parrot, a bird, a tortoise, any pet you have. Always make sure that everyone in the house is safe and not just you. And I hope you all had fun with this theme, and I can't wait to see you for our next activity. Bye everyone! Hi everyone, it's Teacher Bernadett and welcome to another fun art activity. So because our theme this week is safety in the house, one place we have to be extra careful in is the kitchen. Because in the kitchen there are electrical sources, there's water next to electrical sources sometimes, there's hot things that can burn you, heavy things that can fall on you and break your feet, or just really hurt your toes, because you know, it still hurts if something falls on your toes. There's also hot things. I'm pretty sure I said that, didn't I? Oh well. You know what things not to touch and to touch in the kitchen. So what I want us to do is to make our own healthy and safe plate of food. So what you're going to need is a paper plate, some blank pieces of paper where you're going to draw pictures of food that you want. You can also, if you feel like it, make your very own knife and fork by cutting out a knife and cutting out a fork and covering it with tin foil. But we're not going to do that in this art activity, but it is something that you can do if you want. So, another thing, if you are struggling with drawing some pieces of food, fruit, vegetables, or whatever you choose to cook on your lovely plate, you can look at pictures, you can print out pictures to color in, or cut out pictures from a magazine, but I am going to be drawing most of mine, or painting most of mine, so you get to choose what you want. Just make sure that it's nice and colorful, and that it looks healthy, and that you can explain how you made every piece of food. So even if it is a piece of fruit, what you can say is, I cut the piece of fruit with a knife, being careful, and put it on the plate. So that is what we are going to do today. So let's get started. So there you go, a fun, colorful, full, delicious and healthy plate of food that I made on my plate. So what I have is some pasta that I colored and painted, some soya mince because I don't eat mince, but it's soya mince is made from plants, with some tomatoes and olives. I always also make sure that I have vegetables. So I have some carrots, some peas, and some corn, and some spinach. Now normally spinach is a little bit darker, but I don't really have dark paint. I tried to make it darker with the crayon, but the paint is still wet, so oops. But there you go. So when we have a healthy plate of food, we always make sure that we have some kind of protein, some kind of carb, and we always make sure that we have fruit or vegetables, and vegetables are very important. Now, I said that we have to think about how we make it to make sure that we are safe in the kitchen. So I pretended while I was coloring in that I was cooking my pasta and my soya mince on the stove, being very careful not to touch anything that's too hot. And then I did the same with my veggies, although I used the microwave. So when you are using the microwave, just make sure that you can reach everything and see everything properly, because if you accidentally touch a plate that's too hot, you can flip it and tip the hot water or the hot food on yourself, so just be careful. And obviously I cut everything with a very sharp knife, making sure to keep my fingers away from the knife so that I don't lose these fingers that I use to make art with all of you. So there you go. I hope you had fun, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye everyone. Marvin Gets Mad by Joseph Theobald. One perfect morning, Marvin and Molly found a tree full of big, juicy apples. There was one apple that Marvin really wanted, but no matter how high he jumped, he couldn't quite reach it. Maybe it will fall off, thought Marvin. He waited and waited and waited, but the apple did not fall. Eventually, Marvin fell asleep. When Marvin woke up, the apple was gone. Molly was eating it. I wanted that apple, shouted Marvin. Sorry, said Molly. I didn't know. Marvin was not happy. Don't get mad with me, said Molly. There are lots more apples in the tree. I wanted that apple, shouted Marvin. And you've eaten it. Marvin was so mad. He grew mad teeth, mad horns, mad feet, and a mad tail. I want my apple. Calm down, said Molly. No, shouted Marvin, and he stamped on the flowers. He knocked over the chicken shed, he frightened the ducks, and bit a cow's tail. Marvin didn't know what he wanted anymore. He stamped his big mad feet and let out a big mad baa. As Marvin stamped harder and harder, the ground began to rumble underneath him, and suddenly, crack! The ground opened up and swallowed him whole. Marvin fell deeper and deeper and landed with a thud, all alone in the dark. Ah! shouted Marvin, but no one could hear him. He tried to break the wall, but that only hurt his head. Marvin was all alone. He closed his eyes and remembered the perfect day in the meadow. I wish Molly was here, he thought. Gradually, Marvin felt less mad. When Marvin opened his eyes, there was Molly. I'm sorry I was so angry, said Marvin. That's okay, said Molly. I came to find you. I thought you might be lost. And look, I found another big, juicy apple. It's for you. Thank you, said Marvin. And Molly showed Marvin the way back up to the meadow. Everything was perfect again. But Marvin didn't want an apple anymore. He wanted a pear. But no matter how high he jumped, he couldn't quite reach it. Uh-oh. Let's hope he doesn't get angry again. The end.